What's going on, guys? We got Stephen and Gotti with us here from Fanatic Perspective on YouTube. Over 10,000 subs. What's going on?
How you guys doing? Thanks for having me on, Michael, Cody. Proud to be here. Glad to be here. Can't wait to talk some ball.
Thanks for coming in with us, Stephen.
So we had you on here today because we want to hear what your season outlook's like. What do you think? What do you think Texas is going to do this year?
So it's fascinating because we're in a time where we're coming into this season. My outlook is, all right, how do we get to 10 wins? How do we get a Big 12 championship, get ourselves back on track to where we believe Texas should be and get over that now decade-long drought, right? And then the SEC news drops. And it seems like the focus and everything, like we're just now, as of today, right, August 9th, while I'm sitting here recording with you guys, we're trying to get back on track to like, oh, we have a season we need to focus on right now in terms of handling our business in the Big 12. I think Texas they obviously have the talent to get to the Big 12 championship game. Oklahoma's going to be, I have them ranked in my top 2-3 teams. I'll be real with y'all. I think they should be a national championship favorite. They should be a playoff favorite. But so am I saying Texas should go and win the Big 12 this year and Steve Sarkisian's first season? No, but I do think that they have to do something to try to at least leapfrog Iowa State, teams like TCU, handling their business and trying to get to double-digit wins in year one under Steve Sarkisian. So it's going to be very, very intriguing, especially watching him as a play caller. Can Texas have a more dynamic offense finally? You know, we last year, I mean, I say dynamic offense, we scored 40-something points per game and put up a lot of points, but I don't think any of us would say that offense looked dynamic. So, you know, they've got to be aesthetically pleasing as well, guys.
You mentioned a little different offense this year. I know me and Michael talked last week about your guys' running back core and how he wished last year they kind of would have stuck with the same running back to extend drives. Are you excited to see more of maybe an SEC style running back situation?
Absolutely. I mean, Bijan Robinson is the face of the program now, and he took that over from Sam Ehlinger. Really, the moment Sam Ehlinger left that Colorado Bowl game, Bijan Robinson is the guy that you look at. Najee Harris, to your point, Cody, of what we saw his usage rate was at Alabama, especially in the big games when they played LSU and they played Notre Dame, getting the ball in your best players' hands. Najee Harris, Devontae Smith, Waddle when he was there, right? So seeing that at the running back position where we haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher, I believe, since Deontay Foreman won the Doak. And, you know, in the Tom Herman era, we were so quarterback run heavy. So not only were we doing the rotational thing with our running backs, but we also had our quarterback taking up 150 carries a year. So I think having some of that consistency on the ground as well as through the air, Keelan Robinson, Roschon Johnson, they can all catch the football as well. So we have a good supplemental group, in my opinion. I think Michael would agree with me there. But Bijan Robinson is the face of the team.
We touched on the beginning of the season. I want to talk about a midseason game. I've seen the video, so I'm sure a couple Texas guys like yourself have seen the video of the senator pointing out 3-7 the last 10 years against TCU. Does that change this year? What's up? What's up with the Horned Frogs?
The Horned Frogs, you know, they've been the thorn in the side, right? And it's frustrating because Gary Patterson, no, he hates Texas with every bit of his soul. He channels an energy. Their quarterback didn't play well at all last year, but when he goes against Texas, he looks like a Heisman candidate. And you know, each year it was this struggle and this mental battle. But one of the things I've learned from one of the OU guys is execution. When I was talking to them, they were like, we don't have trouble with TCU because at the end of the day, it's really a straight up and down game. They get into, you have all these, especially on defense, they'll try to manipulate a lot of things, but at the end of the day, they're still going to play too high. You just got to beat them. You got to execute your stuff. And Texas has really struggled with that self-inflicted penalties, mistakes. So Steve Sarkisian, can he have the team mentally tougher? I think Tom Herman was so big on physical toughness. our team was always big. We were always good at the line of scrimmage. That's why we were able to play the way we played against Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, because they wanted to play in a phone booth, and Tom Herman was actually good at that style of football. That's why we didn't have that many issues with Kansas State either. They like to play in a phone booth. But teams like TCU, where it comes down to do your job, take what's there. Even our quarterback, I love Sam, but there was times where he would try to force instead of taking that 8 yards and keeping it moving, because TCU likes to bait you. They do all those type of things. So looking at this game now, Steve Sarkisian, can he have those guys mentally tougher to say, hey, take what the defense gives you? Ball security is at a premium. And if we execute, we'll beat these guys with our physical talent. So that's going to be one of the biggest keys against TCU. That's actually a game where another game where it's a true serum test about how different the team is.
I've got Texas coming out of that game sitting 5-0. So are you on to say horned frogs, horns down?
I just want somebody to get a mic on that senator and see if she has that same energy after that game. And hopefully that's not the last time we play.
That was a good little
who knows?
clip.
Texas might be in the SEC next year. We might be making a trip to Knoxville to come see you, Cody. Who knows?
All right. Come on.
Go get some. Go say what's up to Mr. Josh Heupel over there.
We can do it. We can find out who the real UT is.
I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for it. I really do want to visit Knoxville, though. In all seriousness,
I'm actually thinking about coming down for y'all's that first game against LA or Louisiana, because Tennessee starts their season on the Thursday night. So after that, I could make it down for that Saturday game.
We'd love to have you in Austin.
You have to take
brother.
some pics.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll be there, and for anybody listening, game. So if you see me or see Tran, come say what's up.
Absolutely. So to this last question, the QB battle. That's the talk of the town right now, other than SEC. Casey Thompson, Hudson Card. I think Hudson is more skilled. He has the better arm. He just doesn't have that experience kind of thing. And that's why I think Casey Thompson will start the season. I don't know if he'll finish the season as a starter, but how do you see that quarterback battle playing out?
So from an experience standpoint, it's very, very – this is a fascinating quarterback battle. And I will say this. I'm team whoever's out there, because with COVID and the way things are rolling right now, you need two quarterbacks. Because something can happen on a Friday. And this doesn't just go for Texas, by the way. This goes for you, Cody, if it's, whether it's Bailey or y'all tried out Joe Milton. You need quarterbacks because somebody tests positive on Friday. And next thing you know, all the people that are Team Hudson, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You need to be Team Tennessee. You don't need to be Team this quarterback.
Right, you really do. Now, to answer your question in terms of trotting out opening day starter, Casey Thompson, I think the experience on his side is probably being a little overrated because he didn't get to play as much as he probably should have before for various reasons. The thing, we give him experience because he had an historic performance in the Alamo Bowl.
Yeah,
he had an historic performance. So we saw him come in a very hostile situation, only up 7. I know Colorado wasn't good, but for us, how we were playing teams, he was the one that came in and just, with the help of Bijan Robinson, of course, and Marvion Overshown, but they blew them out. So he's getting that edge, but he really hasn't played a whole lot. And then it's a different offense. So now they're kind of more evened out with the offense thing. A lot of people giving the edge to Carr because, Lake Travis, RPO concepts, a lot of those type of things that Steve Sarkisian likes to do, seems like it's the good fit. I think if you're Casey Thompson person, you want to see, we all want to see him rewarded for his loyalty to the program. When I say rewarded, that means he earned the job.
Yeah.
But I would like to see that as well. However, these scrimmages coming up that we won't get to see as fans, I think Steve Sarkisian, that will help him get clarity on who should trot out there against Louisiana. Because at the end of the day, what you're looking for in the scrimmages is not just who throws the prettiest ball or has the best arm strength. You want to know who's the team responding to. When they get into 2-minute drill, who's making the right decisions, who's not turning the football over. Because the fastest way to lose the job is if you're throwing picks. And if Hudson Card is showing better ball security as a younger guy than Casey Thompson, then he's going to win the job. And he's going to go out there as your opening day starter. I think we're fortunate to have two guys, though. I feel confident when they're out there that we can move the offense and they can run Steve's system. I got to hear more from that first scrimmage before I'm ready to sit here and say I'm all chips in on here, all chips in on here, because it's really that close. And that's how talented both young men are.